I am smoking my favorite Balkan 2. And I'm smoking it in Samuel. My second pipe I've named Samuel. This is a Perry, which I've discovered since, I don't think you can see here, apparently made by Jerry R. Perry, an artisan pipe maker from North Carolina, Colfax, North Carolina, I believe, if my research is correct. I'll do a video on this thing soon enough. But this is my first week smoking it, and so far, really, I think this is going to turn into a favorite pipe. I think this is going to turn into. The more I learn about it and learn from it, the better it gets. Yeah. This Balkan 2 is coming through really robust, but not hot. It's a much cooler smoke. It tastes cooler. I can get a lot more out of it easier, and it's a much bigger bowl than what I've been smoking. So there's plenty to go. Yeah. When I first got it, I thought it felt kind of awkward. Or I thought that it might be kind of awkward, because of the way the bowl sticks out. But I'm getting used to it. And I'm kind of liking it, actually. It's a sipper. It's not one you hold in your mouth. You kind of just got to sip on it. I don't want to damage this stem anyways. That doesn't look like something that's easily replaceable. So I just hold it kind of like this and sip a little bit. And I'm digging it, man. It's nice. And the Balkan 2 is still smoking great. Still good. And it's super dry. It's getting really dried out. I've got more of it that's not dry, but it still tastes amazing. So anyhow, I had a light bulb moment. I had a realization. I need to get a single pipe rest to set. I had an interesting realization over the past week or so. I've been trying to figure out this Navy flake issue. This demon weed that is making an enemy out of me. I'm sorry, I don't have any labels. These didn't have labels when I bought them, so. And it's hardly a flake anymore. It's kind of falling apart, because I haven't loved it, and it hasn't loved me, and it deserves no love from me. But I had a realization recently, when I went to get this pipe and bought some other blends with it. I talked to Sam, this pipe's namesake, told him my issues with the Navy flake and how brutal it was. And I didn't really get an answer on why that might be. But I learned that Navy flake has Virginia and Perique tobaccos in it. And I know from reading the label on the Jackknife Ready Rubbed, this stuff here, that it also has Virginia. It's got, I think, Burley and Virginia, but no Perique, I don't believe. And these two share a harshness. This guy is the killer. It's way worse. This one is much more tolerable, but they both share this harshness, and I've been trying to figure out what is the common element there. And I thought, well, maybe if Navy Flake is Virginia and Perique, then must be Virginia is the source of the harshness there. That overwhelming, hellish fire. But then something funny happened. I bought several blends, which I'll do reviews on, and among them was another Balkan called Balkan Exotic, which is very similar to the Balkan 2 that I'm smoking now. And it doesn't taste anything, taste or smell anything like these two here at all. And one night I was smoking it, and on one of the bowls, I got the same kind of harshness, the same type of harshness that I'm getting out of these two, out of Navy Flake and Jackknife. And I thought that's kind of weird, because as far as I know, and I'm kind of guessing here, but the Balkan Exotic doesn't have any Virginia in it. So that might eliminate Virginia as the culprit. But in case something like this might happen, what I did do while I was at the shop is I purchased some classic Virginia. They had a jar that was just marked Classic Virginia. I'll show you the cap because I keep showing the cap on all these. Whatever, they look the same. They look the same as far as you can tell, right? One day I'll be showing you labels probably, but I bought a jar of Classic Virginia because I thought, I guess I hadn't noticed it the first time I was there, and I thought, this will enable me to isolate a taste, right? And by the way, I think I'm just going to do that going forward. Eventually, I want to try to obtain just a Burley, just a Virginia, just a Perique, and so on, so I can see what those taste like. Make all of this less confusing. But anyways, I bought this Virginia, and I've been playing around with it a little bit. In fact, I've been using this pipe. I started off with the pipe that I normally smoke, and I was having a hard time getting it. It was burning hot. It was harsh. It wasn't nearly as harsh as the Navy Flake, which is a killer, but it was still pretty harsh. Over the past week, using this pipe, which is a bigger bowl and a longer stem, I've been able to kind of tame it a little bit. And to my surprise, the Virginia tastes incredible. It is, I can confirm now that it is the slight, like, earthy sweetness that I've been tasting in many different blends. And that I taste in these two. There's some harshness there, but I've been able to kind of dance with it and tease it out a little bit. I've been able to calm it down and kind of tame it a little. I'm still working on it, but I'm making progress. And I'm going to be doing other videos on that because, to my surprise, this Virginia, this Classic Virginia, is a delicious tobacco. It's amazing. It's really, really, really good stuff. I'm going to be hunting down some more of this and hopefully figure out how to get all that harshness out, or the vast majority of it anyways. But anyways, it confirmed for me that there is Virginia in these two, but it didn't rule out the Virginia as the culprit in the harshness, because it's kind of harsh. But the fact that the Balkan Exotic, which tastes nothing like them, gave me that same kind of harshness, and it's very, very similar to the Balkan 2, which has shown me nothing but love, I kind of had a light bulb and thought, you know what, maybe this isn't a Virginia issue, maybe this is a moisture issue. I think I might be onto something there. Fortunately, I'm already in the middle of drying out The jackknife. At one point, I dried out Navy Flake. It's, back here in this coffee can. I treated it awfully and really dried it out for about 3 weeks. And it tamed it considerably. So, on a whim, I decided to do that with the jackknife. See if it might tame it. It also brought a lot of flavor out of the Navy Flake that wasn't there before. So I'm drying Peterson's Nightcap to see if it'll do the same to that. Bring out a little more flavor that I suspect is hiding there. So this week I'm going to, it'll be 3 weeks tomorrow that I've dried the jackknife and the Peterson's Nightcap, that I've run them through the same rigors that I put Navy Flake through. And I'll find out if it's done anything to them. But I think that I'm onto something. I think that this Hellfire harshness, this might be a moisture issue. It could be a combination of moisture and Virginia. I don't know, but I feel like I'm getting closer to something. It could just be that it's a bad Navy Flake, for all I know. If I don't get anywhere with this, I haven't smoked it yet in this pipe. I'm probably going to do that soon. Once I feel like I've gotten this Virginia dialed in the way that I smoke it and pack it, I'll probably give that Navy Flake a shot in here very, very carefully. But I think the next step in pursuing this is I need to find a Navy Flake that is reputable, that is not like a no-name thing that I found somewhere. I need to get a Navy Flake that is sold by a known company who has a great reputation, something that a lot of people vouch for, and see if it's anything like this. This thing is smoking great. Like it's definitely a different experience from the other pipe. I'm really enjoying this pipe. I love how it just keeps going. I can just keep smoking it. I don't have to keep putting it out or pouring. What I mean, cleaning it out. And you gotta love Balkan too. How do you not love that stuff? So anyhow, that's where I'm at, man. I think I'm dealing with a moisture issue on this craziness coming out of the Navy Flake, man. I think this might be a moisture issue. And tomorrow I'm going to have another piece of the answer when I pull out Jackknife Ready Rubbed out of its can that it's been in for 3 weeks and see what that did to it. See if it tamed it at all. If it did, I think I'm onto something. So anyhow, that's my week. Yeah. And that's been my whole day. You go ahead and do whatever you had to do. I'm probably going to be here a while.